Okay, just when you think you got them all, I was walking back to get in the car and came across Mr. Randall. Had enough materials to do one more. Let's get him done. Looks like Frank was in company F of the 111th. This is a good example, if you can see it, a good example of what happens here, because so many of these headstones, the guys are going around with the weed eaters and the mowers, and they're kicking up all this organic material, and that sits in the cracks and just sucks in the water, doesn't let it dry, and then the water over the years will just deteriorate it, or it'll start, during the winter time, it'll start freezing, and that just hastens the, and we had some other ones where the stones lay flat, and that stuff just lays on top of it and forms a mulch bed for the little critters. Well, we've cucked it. It's pretty secure. Taking a picture of it, and this is interesting because it's got a little bit more of a recess in here. I wonder what that's about. So we're just going to give it a scraping. I'll give it a little more soap. Just keep this nice and moist. It's a fairly warm day. In the high 70s. Sun's on it, so you want to keep it moist. You don't want to let it dry out. Water's cheap. I got my stiff brush. I'm just going to start knocking off some of this heavy stuff. Checking to see if I have that kind of ring like Aaron Wilson's headstone had. Must be the type of marble it was. Now this one, I do not see the flag in here, which is interesting. And it's got a little bit of a recess here. Mostly the pollution. This has a fair amount of growth, lichen and whatnot. And if you're looking at the camera and it looks like it's tipped, it is tipped. Very few of these headstones are level anymore. Down close, Mr. Randall here. As I said before in some other cleaning videos, 100th, 11th is well documented. And there's a Facebook page, and they go into these beautiful life descriptions where they fought, what happened to them after they came back. Sometimes it's a pretty sad life these guys ended up eating, or maybe it's a good life. See that? We're going to give it some water. So that's water. Now let's get seeing what I see in here. I don't see the flag in there at all. You can see that grind just run off there. Now, because I'm old and don't want to get up, I'm just going to continue on scrubbing here. Then I'll give it the big wash. Soap. Once I get down, I don't want to get back up. I can see there's some stuff in these letters anyway. Now this one, the inscription has not held up nearly as well. It's a little more shallow. Sure, if these are government issued, these are going to the lowest bidder. And this one's, excuse me, 1902. That's certainly we had Mr. Seward over there, and he was later, and that was definitely a better inscription. Interesting. Let's see what. He died at 57 years old. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. So we can get out the old bamboo skewer. Let's give that a quick knocking out, loosen that stuff up. Say if the inscription's a little more worn, you don't want to scrub at it, because all you're doing is helping to age it even faster. So you're using a softer brush, wooden tools, and minimal effort. Scrub away at it, and all you're going to do is hurt the stone more. So I used a bamboo skewer here. Just to loosen up the stuff that's in the letters. Get it thinking about coming out. All right, don't see any more in here yet. Be surprised when you wash it down and what comes out. All of a sudden, looks a lot different. That's tough stuff. That's a little bit of a fingernail brush. That's wet. Coax more of that out of there. All right, I'll let the two work on that. Some of this stuff out of here. All right, it's in there. All right. At some point, you gotta say it's enough. That's enough. Let's give it a wash in here. See what happens. big reveal. Wash that right off. It's like you're in the shower after a hard day in the garden. Watch all that dirt just wash off. And I can still see some green. Like I say, I'm a little concerned about the stones. I'm not going to scrub away at it. I'm just going to let the D2 work on it. The back side here real quick. There we go. And if you're wondering, if you want to do this for your own headstones in your family, they do sell the D2 in a quart-size spray bottle. Most monument companies will have it, or go online for Atlas Preservation. They can have it. And you can just spray your own family headstones. You know, it's 20, 30 bucks, but the stuff is going to last for a few years. It's well worth it. This is the D2. You see it's kind of foamy. So we're going to a nice dousing here. Watch it turn orange, so we know it's working. D2 is very safe. I'm in shorts. I'm not worried about getting it on me. We're going to let that set for a second. We'll see if we get this second wash effect. Trying to look at this here. I don't know if that's the flag. That was supposed to be a flag. Almost looks like there's trying to be something there, but maybe when it cleans up, it'll pop out better. So Frank Randall, Company F, 111th Regiment, New York Volunteers, Infantry, died in 1902, age 57 years. And this is a D2. Look at the dirt run off that, just after a little bit of spraying. And that's why these guys on YouTube and or TikTok and all those, they'll use D2 right from the get-go, because it's just has that dramatic effect of just washing that dirt right off there. But for us cheapy people, scrub it first. Use a little bit of wherever soap. Then go into the D2, spray it down after that. Walk away. Don't rinse it off. Just walk away. If it turns orange, it's doing its job. And come back in a couple weeks and it'll look like a whole new stone. And that's what we will do here. Thanks for watching, folks.